Hello everyone. We are back with the letter. Hello Pup, welcome to the stream. As always, welcome. We are going to be prepared for the wow. Always. We are going to be playing as Ash, as we are left off with Ash last time. And we are finding out about some secrets, like he's undercover looking at Luke. We also found out that he was put off his mission, his case. And I feel like Ashton is going to not listen to them. And I feel like he will deep into it because he's already in the case now. He's inside the problem. Secrets! The law is opening. We are finding out what has happened in the place. What has happened to the lady who is hunting us. This is going to be a longer stream than normal because I really want this game. I really want to see the ending, really. I really want to know what's happening. So this stream is going to be longer. So if there's any problem with the audio or anything, if the music is too loud or too low, let me know. Or I'm too loud or too low, let me know. I'll fix it straight away because we are going to have a good stream. We are going to have a good stream. But let's continue from last time. He listened to her. Zach's the kind who prefers to laze around his apartment on the weekend, especially after having a busy week like the last one. I do feel like the music is a bit too loud, but yeah. So let me know. The big guy's nowhere in sight, though when I arrive in his unit, figures people don't seem to be where they would be when I need them. Looking around, I find no sign where he might have gone to. He usually leaves a note on his fridge if he's out for the day, just in case someone drops by. As there isn't one, he's probably just went out for a quick walk. I hope. Maybe he ran out of eggs or something and went out to buy some. He is out of eggs, after all. It put my running mind to rest for a while. He always has to have some, be in it for the omelette or something he's baking.
Ash, should you be rummaging around?
Yes, because food!
It's bad enough we went in here without asking for his permission.
But food.
Chill, I'm just looking.
Actually, I could also go for a fucking pie right now, but Zach's fridge is next to empty save for a few leftovers. All I can do is sigh as I close it behind me. Yes, we have his friend. Yes, we are his friends. It'll be fine. I mean, yeah.
If you see me take anything, feel free to call the police.
I mean, if I feel like Morgan would just kick me out of her house or just stare at me and like, do you not have food at your own house? Just imagine, I should just one day, when I do like vodding or vlogging and all that, I'll just go around my friend's house and just go in their fridge and pull out something, look at them and just leave. I feel like that would be funny. Just go in their house, don't say anything, and just grab something and then just nod at them. Isabella's quick to shoot me a sharp glare, and another chuckle slips from me despite the unease in my stomach. But the cheer only lasts a few seconds, mostly because he hasn't been in the mood for any sort of friendly banter. It's the silence that's telling, and it's a quiet Isabella. It's usually the first recipe for an incoming shitstorm.
Do you always do this whenever you visit another person's house?
See?
Because I have a lot of questions about your methods.
Just with Zach.
I'm still worried for our friend, of course, and despite what's bothering Isabella, she's anxious too. She's been standing by the doorway for a few good minutes now, since we entered Zach's place in the fact, doesn't seem to know what to do with herself. But much as I want her at ease, her nervous tics are starting to get to me. The manner in which she makes herself smaller, the way she fidgets with her hands, clasping them one moment and unfluttering in the next. It is distracting enough that I want to ask what's wrong. I doubt she'll give me a straight answer though, and the best I can do is to help her temper it.
You don't have to hang around the door. You might be here for a while. You can sit down.
She hesitates for a second, but involuntarily takes the empty seat by Zach's study table.
Aren't we going to look for him?
No. He'll come back.
Sure, we can, but where are we going to start? I can think of a few places he might be, but Luxburn's a big city. I don't want to miss the big guy if we leave, and...
I trail off, making a verge gesture in the general distraction of Zach's bed. What's that? What is this? Is this a mint? Is it a phone? What is it? A messy bed suggests he was out in a hurry. He didn't even bother to fold the streets. His cell phone's been left behind as well. Another odd thing where he has made it in a habit to never leave it behind in case a client call. Okay, so it is his phone. I like his phone case. It's his phone.
At least the locked door points to the fact that it wasn't a forced exit.
That seems to reassure her, but not so much. Understandable, anything might happen. In hindsight, I shouldn't have left Rebecca alone either. We'll have to check on her later. In the meantime, Zach but the other clue where he is and no other way to contact him. We have no choice but to wait. Sure, I could give the room another run through, but I don't think Zach would appreciate me ending his place. Isabella won't let me do so, even beside. I haven't eaten anything yet. Isabella probably hasn't too. We did leave in a hurry. Might as well take this chance to cool down a bit, right? Anything to distract myself, so I just don't charge head first because of whatever paranoid scream that comes to mind. Isabella is with me. I can't be reckless. Oh my god. Yanks. Potato chips. Returning to the kitchen, the first thing I see is a bag of chips when I riffle through his cupboards. After muttering a permission and a sorry, its owner won't hear, I grab it. Isabella doesn't miss shooting me another glare, but she doesn't really make an effort to stop me this time. She ignores my offer of food though. Yang, no, we need a yang. Agreed. So instead, I sat myself on Zach's old couch and turned on the television. Isabella's silence may not be too heavy, but it sure as hell is awkward. The screen light right as some awful noontime drama starts airing on the Channel 9. Nothing like sitting in the front of a TV with a mindless drone running in the background to waste away the time. And waste it away we do. The afternoon has hit. It's the last few hours when movement comes from the other side of the door, and Zach's heavy threads back breaks the monotone driven from the TV. The lock clicks and the knob turns, and slowly it swings up to relieve a very exhausted looking Zach. What? Did he run a Manatron?
Sup, Z-Man?
Hey, Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was...
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Light as my tone might be, he arrived ease the restless edge in me. Who knows what I would have done if something bad happened to one of my friends. If another minute had gone by without him showing up, I might have resorted to unconventional methods.
Only after you broke the 13th one? I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment. And stop calling me Z-Man!
Oh, but Z-Man!
I didn't break anything this time.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to.
I'm sorry, but if any of my friends, this is all you guys who are my friends who are listening, if you ever give me a key to your apartment or house, I am going to show up randomly and just walk in and say, I'm home, honey, and then act as if that's my home. and you are my wife or my husband. That is just a fact that I will just say. I will just move in randomly. Just one day, just walk in. Moving on.
And hey, is that my...
It's scary how the friendly banter and easy smile comes naturally. I do it even without thinking, and that speaks volumes about how comfortable I am around him. That's nice, isn't it? What makes me afraid of it, however, is the idea that the time might come where I might just do those things without even meaning to, and offend him in some way. He's eating your food. Yup! The friendship we have might be closer than most we shared with others, but there are boundaries you can't cross without the other permission. Zach's been respectful of that so far, neither asking for my parents or what happened to them. Me? I bet he'll say not so much. It's also that easy banter that makes me wish we could have just stayed like this. No worries, no problem. Just potato chips in the debate of whether or not I deserve them. But as usual, something always cuts moments like this short.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend.
Damn, I agree. I am shameful.
Did you at least share some with Bella?
No.
Don't worry about it. I'm good.
She don't
Zach.
want some.
Really? It's free food, you know? What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
She is hungry. Although her turn forces him to do a double take, Zach doesn't push it. The question's all too clear in his eyes when he glances my way though. I really wish I could answer him. Despite my best efforts, Isabella's been unforthcoming as well. What am I supposed to do? I can't just force her to speak, can I? She's not a criminal to be interrupted. She's a friend, for peak's sakes. I mean, after seeing the ghost, you think you would want to eat stuff? Nope. It's a good thing Zax has a better handle of the situation than I, and soon enough he changes the subject. When it leads to, it isn't necessarily the best topics, however.
Aye. But if you want something, just say so. I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do. Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for.
It's always the reason I go to places.
Ash, he's the one who...
She stumbles into her uncertain silence again before glancing my way. There is a piece in there for me to take the lead for in this, but where do we start? The mansion, the strange things we've been seeing, the letter. Even I am afraid of what he might say. I can't even believe I'm considering taking a deeper look into this whole thing in the first place, but here I am.
Please don't tell me something happened again.
No, nothing. None so far. And we're keeping it that way as much as possible.
Ash, it's not that easy.
We don't know that.
I skipped by accident. Sometimes I amaze myself at how much I try for her, but what else can I offer her? I was the first one who brushed her off. We all been given our warnings that day, in that desperation, pleading tone of hers, and I just stood there judging her. This is the least I can do, perhaps even to make up for all those other times I've hurt her.
Let me look at this first, okay? I agreed to help, but you've got to let me handle things from now on.
God damn.
I already told you everything.
There must be something we're not seeing in this just yet. We'll sort this out, but no more silly ideas and running around on your own. You're making people worry more than necessary. Becca.
So everything's fine?
Depends on who you're asking. How are things with you? Anything odd?
Good, I guess. Admittedly, how things went down at the housewarming party last night threw me off a bit.
I'm not asking about that. Remember the letter thing Isabella's been yapping on about? I'm asking about that kind of odd.
As expected, Zach starts to look at me like I've grown a second head. Yeah, I would too if there was ever a universe when I was standing in front of myself. Because even as a child, I never believed in ghost stories. The lucky charms and mystical objects from my mother have often been stored away or given as penitentiary gifts to those who would appreciate them more.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter. I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst.
Yes, he fucking crawled all the way to your face.
Anyway, why are you asking about this?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
Granted, I haven't eliminated every single possibility here, yeah? But what else is there to go off by from here? The worried look Zack shoots my way doesn't help one bit in helping me gather my thoughts either. When that's where I came here for. Somehow everyone suddenly just got so worried about me. It's not like I'm pulling this out of my ass.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something. Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
And along with Isabella's warnings, what's occurring around Zack, what's happening around Luxbund since Isabella found the letter.
Have you two seen the news this morning?
Zack's puzzled expression is enough answer. Of course he hasn't. Another night, another nightmare. The guy mostly likely went out as soon as he got out of bed and to shake the image off. The memories have never really left him. Isabella, though.
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
That could easily mean anything. Did her Caillou, her older brother, end up in jail again? Whoa. She's had to bail him out numerous times in the past, though all that did was piss her off, not sap out every ounce of cheer in her. Or is it that other brother, the younger one who keeps insisting that he'll quit school so she could come home? Oh god. That was 2 years ago, so far as I know. She's already sorted that one out. It couldn't have been her father, right? With the mansion sale, she has earned enough to cover every bill for the while. It should. So, what is it then?
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Whatever bugging her, I doubt it'll be something meant for casual discussion else. She wouldn't have mentioned it sooner. Tucking my curiosity for later, I take the remote and began circling through the channels. A distraction, not a good one, I admit, but it's definitely better than leaving her to brood. Eventually, I find one during a recap of this morning reports, and there it is. The poor guy is indefinable with how badly his body has been burnt. Murder via arson? That's a logical explanation if I was the officer looking into it. Except they couldn't find the source of the fire, and the fire didn't even spread.
Found dead in the early hours of the morning today. The fire was contained within the room and no other tenants were harmed, according to Luxbourne police.
They're going to consider sponsoring human combustion soon enough if they don't find anything else. But what's important for everyone to know is that the state of the room.
A similar writing was found in another victim's room from last week's incident.
Yep, someone's been burnt alive, yelp.
Both were employees of Briar Realty Corporation. LBN has reached out to the...
Like what happened to Cooper. Hell, I wonder how many other deaths like this that I miss while I've been looking into the rights. The LPD's already thinking it's a serial killer at this point. How long until they consult the London Metroflot? I'm not sure. The Asylum Butcher has always been an enigma, even the people in this city. Gone for a few years, and then the next, the one body after another is found. Merely handling the case hasn't particularly driven the chief inspector insane years ago. He's never did find out who committed those murders. Maybe now, this time.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
Her words all come out like a whisper, but each syllable lingers in the air, heavy with her guilt. In the thick tension of the room, they strike harsher than any of the things I've said. However, she also has to understand, know, that she isn't the only one on this. No one has asked her to take this upon herself. Rebecca won't. Zach won't. I sure the hell won't.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 or 4 if you count Rebecca.
No, she's staying away from this. I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Encouragement aside, this is still a whole fucking mess, and we're being blind. The only way to make it worse is if we start running around like a bunch of headless chickens. But I have to plan now, I think. Maybe Isabella's right. Maybe we should dig deeper into this BRC itself. Maybe we are looking at the wrong way. However, my suspicions are mine for the moment. The details are something Zach doesn't need to know until I have something to show. It's enough that he's aware that I have an idea in mind. For his part, Z-Man doesn't push it, and nothing but a heavy silence leads our department hours later. Seriously, Zach would probably make a move to responsible officer than me, if he had the heart to join the force. We could certainly use more kind of people like him. But as good as that thought is, I push it all in the back of my mind as Isabella and I head to my car. Tonight I can't stay distracted. Except for the few half-hearted attempts to get some kind of reaction from Isabella. The drive to BRC is a quiet, awkward affair, more so the hour-long wait for nightfall. Even with only the 2 of us, the place is wrathful with the tense energy, only a matter of minutes now. But the ticking sounds doesn't take away the edge, and for the 5th time I reach out and fiddle with the radio, adjusting and turning the knob with no real purpose. It's a nervous quirk I've developed and never bothered to correct during stakeouts, something to keep my mind busy during long nights. What else is there for me to do? The person I usually count on for a casual out of the blue chat refers to my attempts at starting one.
Ash, out with it!
The way she quickly falters in silence after, in spite of the tone she takes though, it makes me doubt if she really means anything she's telling me right now. She hasn't even glanced my way since we arrived.
Having second thoughts? You can still back out if you want.
We're just going to my office. Why should I?
Dunno. You can get in trouble maybe. This isn't exactly legal.
Snoop BRC out. See if the real estate company has any more information that may be helped. Find things about Cooper and the other ancient assigned to the Ingram mansion. According to Isabella, this is the last property the victim has worked on. Sure, I could also check the station for full reports. That's the easy, semi-legal way. Everything is legal in the police. Not looking. Oh wait, he is the police. But I don't want to bump into Schiff right now. The guy at the precinct will definitely throw me out of his orders as soon as they see me. Not my plan right now is any better. I'm just breaking into a different place, more to or less, with a person to boot. The letter still doesn't sit well with me. It never will, especially if this might put her in a very tricky position afterwards. She's been very careful when I came to her work, almost a model employer, as people would say. Why is he throwing caution to the wind now?
I'm not an employee here. I'm not supposed to be looking for any confidential stuff. Only people like you are privy to.
If you mentioned earlier that this is your plan, I might have had enough time to think about it.
Most things is legal if the police is looking anywhere, cause that poo is your friend somehow. The popo is your friend somehow, true.
I already promised to help if you need access to those files. I didn't think you'd want to see them this soon and in this way. Besides, the same goes for you, right? You were taken off your case. Won't you get in trouble with your boss?
Honestly, it's a toss-up between breaking into her office or into the Wright's mansion. As it stands, I have an easier time getting in here first. After all, why would someone want to break into the reality company? Been here many times before anyway, for a few casual visits when I wanted a bug scaredy cat. Over the years, I have more or less grown familiar with their security setup and how badly staffed they are. Plus, it's an old building. It's the bankrupted rumors are true. It just means their cross patrol might also be outdated.
Still, I can do this on my own, you know.
Really? And how are you even planning to get into our office without an access card? Please explain.
Well, I was going to pry open the card reader and use a gecko.
You're a hopeless case. I really want to know why no one has locked you up yet.
Because I'm a hunk. Look at me.
Yet you're helping me with this. Willingly.
Yeah, look at him. He can get away with murder.
I don't think that'll sit well with the Philippine embassy either. Chances are you'll probably get deported the minute they find out.
Low blow, I know, but it's worth a shot when he can still turn back. It's not like I don't have any means to get into the place. With or without her, I have a way.
At least I have a reason to be snooping about. My badge and rank can speak for me in case things go south. You?
For a passing second, it seems to work. A hint of panic and hesitation flashes across her features when she looks at me with searching eyes. Then unexpectedly, it dissolves. Not behind the fear I'm painting, but underneath something sharp and sneering. I'm not sure what she sees exactly or what she's hoping to find in the short while she holds my gaze. All that merely goes unspoken, and no longer with a minute later, she simply averts her attention back to the window, training it once again at some point outside.
Isabella, please, now's not the time.
It's too late for that, Ash. Give it a rest.
Yeah! As a player spoken in a voice too harsh, coming from her, perhaps unintentionally, perhaps one that's already too exhausted for everything going on lately. It's hard not to concerned when she takes on that tone, and soon, despite myself, I sigh, tucking away every concern I've been lugging around in favor of trusting her on this, according her the same confidence she has implicitly given me all this time.
All right, okay, if that's what you want. And don't worry, I didn't mean what I said earlier. I won't let anything happen to you.
Oh, he's so cute! Her lips briefly turns up into a smile, though none of the cheer reaches her eyes.
Just get this over with, okay? Everyone should be out of the office by now.
Somehow the uncertainty in her posture makes me wonder if she intended it to be some kind of a comforting gesture. Whether it is for me or for her, she doesn't let me find out without saying another word. She exits the car while I'm left scrambling and chasing after her. She's already on the side entrance, a hand raised on the card reader beside her, and another points to push the door open when I catch up to her. Whatever doubt has been in her a while ago is gone. Seeing her like this makes it easier to believe my worries are unfolded. That things might go smoothly this time.
And where do you think you kids are going?
Oh.
It's late. Most offices in this building have already closed up shop for the weekend.
The bloke seems friendly enough, though one can't really tell from his voice alone. He might be a wary sort for all I know. Keeping an unconcerned face and aloof air won't hurt until I figured out how to wiggle us out of this occasion.
Just come back on Monday if you have important business.
From the way Isabella's face brightens up, it looks as though getting through won't be too much of a problem. He's probably been working here for a few months already then. Maybe around 4 or 6 months max. Otherwise, he wouldn't have recognized Isabella or me at first glance. I haven't shown my face here since I've been assigned to the firm case a year ago. In the first place, none of their security officers have ever lasted a year in service. The longest was around 7.5 years. I'll give this guy around that before he gets fired or finds a better paying job. For the moment, his too friendly attitude is almost a gift.
Hey, Seb!
Seb!
Oh, look who
enough.
Wait, don't tell me yet. I'll get it right this time. Sanchez!
You were closer the first time.
Drat. I swear it is on the tip of my tongue. I just need a hint to remember.
I take it back. This geezer's not going to last past this month. He can't even remember a regular employer name.
Alrighty, I'm sure of it this time. Centillon?
Still a few ways off, Seb.
Isabella, we don't have all night.
No, just let me handle this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seb. Some other time. We're in a bit of a hurry. I just need to get a few things from my cubicle. Important work stuff, you know? Is it okay if we drop upstairs for a sec?
Oh, absolutely. No, go right ahead. As long as you have your access card with you, we're good. Not sure if I'm allowed to let your boyfriend...
Haha, boyfriend.
Who, me?
That's the face that you make when your crust gets called out.
My what?
My what?
Your boyfriend. The guy with you.
Oh my god, please lie. Say yes. Oh, no, I need my boyfriend with me, you know? Because he's so hot and so... He's so strong. He needs to hold all my items, you know? It's a fair observation if I do say so myself. Needless to say, the silence that discards is both uncomfortable and terrible awkward. Although the letter probably coming mostly from me, because in the next second Isabella laughs. She's like, he's not my boyfriend, he's just a random bloke that I'm going to kill. Lighter than the one I've heard from her lately. A comforting sound, really, after seeing her in such a down mood since this morning. Even all of it subsides into a mere chuckle sooner than I like. It's comforting to see that I at least partly responsible for it, despite my poor heart being beaten to a sorry plump. Yes! He's like, ouch. He's laughing at my crush for her.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no! No. He's definitely not my boyfriend.
Yet. She might as well have just set it on fire and reduced it to dust. Well, she's like, frankly, the number of no is in that sentence alone is a bit too much. Ouch. Oh, I felt that. Oh, God. Christ. One more would have been enough to get the measure across. Did he really have to put it that way?
That's impossible. Stop
Oh
being
my
funny,
God.
Seb.
She's literally put a knife into his heart and twisting it the more she talks.
I'll go on ahead, okay?
She quickly shuffles inside with nothing more than a small wave, leaving behind an even more awkward air for me to wade through. Confess your feelings. I don't think you should now. Not after that. It would have been unbearable if I didn't have to suffer through a stranger's amusement. Oh, alas, ho is me.
Not the boyfriend.
Oh.
Close to it, huh?
Oh no! Oh no, he's gonna talk to Seb.
Mind your own business.
Oh my god, he's so heartbroken.
Kids these days. Good to see her up and about, though. Thought for sure she'd up and disappear like the others.
Excuse me?
You know, stuff in the news.
You mean what happened with Rose Cooper?
If I'm going to be stuck here with him for a while, I might as well try and gather as much intel as I can. He may just be a god, someone with no real authority, but most of the time, people like him are the one who knows more than they let on.
Yeah, but even before that, we've got a couple of good blokes we never saw again.
Really? Those guys could have just resigned for all you know.
Dunno, I only catch tidbits of stuff from over here. Oh, seriously, I heard the branch is getting flushed soon, but that's no excuse for anarchy. Figures why Boss Man's been in an awful temper these past months.
They managed to strike a good deal with the mansion in Ansem, right? That didn't do the trick?
Didn't seem like it. The bloke's shouting like no tomorrow again. Wasn't very pleased when Gurley called and asked for another leave yesterday afternoon.
Girly? Isabella?
It's not too surprising considering she's already been gone for 3 days. Now she's asking for another. Not that it's a bad thing, it's within her right as an employee, but Isabella rarely uses her work leaves.
Yeah, poor lassie if you ask me. She found him a buyer for that mansion after all. The least you could do is be considerate to her after a family member's passing.
Wait, what?
What? Wait. Oh, is he talking about Rose? The rumor, BRC, Rose Cooper missing in an action employee, all of it increased matter in that instance. Almost on instant, my eye zeroes in with one of the income speakers, as if staring daggers at it will show me the man behind the voice, so I can see the truth in his face myself.
Oh, you don't know?
Oh my god, wait, is her dad dead?
No, what?
Nothing. I shouldn't be the one you're asking, and,
Wait! Did her dad die?
you know, things might get a bit boring here. No one really wants to hear what a poor old guard wants to say.
Wait, her dad can't die. We were on a call with him when we were playing as Isabella.
Why don't you just go after her? As long as you're not looking to create trouble for me, it won't be a problem. You aren't here for that, right?
He's lucky I'm not here to hurt anyone. If I were someone with an ill intention, he might not be smiling at the end of the day.
Well, no, but...
I'll go and unlock that side entrance for you then. Just don't forget to turn off the lights before you both leave, okay?
Hey, wait a second. What do you mean by...
He cuts off the connection before I can finish, and the rest of my question dies in my throat. Soon the latch clicks and the side door swings open. My god. The Seb, or Scoutman, wearing a uniform still too loose for him, waves me over from the gap before he disappeared behind his station again. Just my luck, here I thought I'm going to have to count on whatever Isabella brings with her. Although, no matter how much I want to feel happy, something else has already taken a firm seat in the forethought of my mind. Is that why she's been acting not like herself today? Since when? Of course, as I stepped into the building, I tried to push all those questions as far down as I can. I need to focus. Work is work. But if what I've heard is exactly what I think it is, it's a sign of things to come. Honestly, I don't feel too good about that. It's quite right up to the 11th floor where the BRC Luxbunt's main office is. Seb has been kind enough to switch the guest elevator power on just as I'm about to head for the fire exit stairs, which is a welcome relief. I'm an active guy, but stairs? I don't really want to tire out too quickly in case things get ugly. There probably won't be any trouble with the building this quiet, but you never know. I swear the whole place definitely feels eerie at this time of the night. But until I'm confirmed anything, those are just stories. Worse things can happen. No need to scare myself. Staying calm means fewer mistakes.
Oh, I sure am fucking gutsy, especially with what I'm doing.
I'm breaking a lot of laws here. I'm also putting Isabella in a lot of risks. Best thing that I can come out of this is that Isabella's right all along. Worst case scenario 1, someone finds out Isabella's involvement in this and her boss fire her. I keep feeling I'm hearing a buzzing noise. I feel like it's the front door, but I don't think it is. 2, I find it evidence that would impact BRC or Luke right in a crime, and my meddling, if I'm not careful enough, makes it incredible in court. Though, to be honest, I strongly prefer losing a job or facing right over... It's not the buzz. I keep hearing the door ringing. Give me a moment. I'm just going crazy. Okay. It is me being crazy. I keep hearing buzzing sound. I think it's the game. I think it's the video game that is sound like now. I think I'm hearing things. Though, I'll be honest, I strongly prefer to losing my job or facing right for some other spirit or a ghost or whatever it is. I could always work around the problem with the former. Isabella could also find a better job. BRC never did pay her properly, despite her efforts. But fighting off a phantom? How does one even do that? Do guns even work with them?
Yeah, not going to happen.
The elevator. But tonight I'm here to fix things. I do it without leaving a trail, all the better. Good things, that's what I'm good at. Oh god. What I'll probably never be good at is finding the proper words when I snitch call for it. But seeing Isabella's small form beyond those doors, how she pushes through despite carrying an entire different burden this time, how she's pretending as if everything's normal, if it's difficult not to try. People who have never looked beyond their smiles will never know what will never understand. Hell, even Rebecca probably not yet aware of this. I get it, we may have the problem at hand. I've done the same thing plenty of times to protect myself after all. But it's all in her eyes once she glances up in the few light rasp I give to the door. She wastes no time in leaving the mess of paper on the table and opening it for me, though even her confusion, she takes it in my presence, barely hides it.
Seb, let you in?
The rough edge in her voice rings a whole different tone now that I'm aware of why, but knowing it's difficult from hearing it straight from her. I can simply bring it up, can I? It's not a topic suited for casual conversation, but I doubt she wants to talk about it. As much as I want to help, there's a distance between us I've never been able to cross, one that wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for me. Perhaps if I had been more honest years ago and less of a coward, I might have been able to. Figures I couldn't even do that for the one person I keep telling myself that I care deeply about.
What can I say? I'm a very charming person.
You are, dude. You're so charming.
To a rock, maybe?
Hey, Isabella, calm yourself. This is the closest we can get to it, I suppose. The light banter, the fleeting glances of sometimes, the long bout of silence. And it's enough for me. It is, because even without words, there's comfort. With her, it's easy.
Must be a pretty cool rock then.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Hey now, I deserve some slack.
Hey now, you're
Today's
a rock
supposed to be
star.
my day off, and yet here I am helping you out.
You know you like Ash. We all like Ash. But I'm very upset because I like Rebecca. I do. I really like Rebecca. It's so cute that Rebecca likes Ashton. I understand it. I like that. But Ashton, the way he acts with Isabella is so cute that it makes me love them. But I'm not a big fan of Isabella. Isabella is the one person that doesn't have feelings towards anyone, really. But it pains me. Why can't Ashton just like Rebecca and it'll be so cute, you know? Look at his face. How could you not love his creepy smile? Agreed.
Helping. By standing at the door?
Yes.
Well, you're not exactly letting me in.
Despite what he says, he moves to block me when I try to enter. He must have expected this the second we walked into the building entrance and counted on the night shift guards to bar me from the place. It's reassuring to know she's somehow worried about me, although it's a bit misplaced at the moment. Besides, her concerns aside, I really can't let her get into the thick of things without me, not with all the problems on her plate right now.
Isabella!
What the fuck?
Seriously, Ash. Seb might get in trouble for this. You might get in even bigger
Wait.
trouble with your boss.
Wait, why did you scream like that? I really can't get the pick up things without me not even the problem with her place right now. Why did you scream like that?
And you're not?
The fuck? Was that not meant to happen?
We've already talked about this back at Zach's. It's out of the question.
That sounded like something bad is about to happen. to me? Why do you do it to me? I just screamed. God damn it.
At least do it for Seb, please. He's a really nice guy.
A good
The way
replacement
things
for
are
the
going
other
here,
sound.
he's-
God damn. All that, I agree with her. Seb's not much of a bad fellow. Might be a little careless with his job and talks too much, but he means well. I hate to see the guy leave here with a bad record, in case something goes wrong. However, the anxious look as he shoots back at the table behind her brings even bigger worry.
Did you find something? Aside from what you told me about yesterday?
Not yet. I'm not sure. I haven't started going through the files we have in the records room.
Let me see.
Can you feel the love tonight? Can you
Wait,
feel
Ash.
the love tonight? Can't remember any lyrics after that.
Isabella, I already promised you that no one's going to get in trouble after we're done here, even Seb. I'll make sure we leave the place clean.
It's in the dark, romantic room. They can make out. Her hesitation is still there. A split second of distraction as he tries to form an argument. Infertilely, when nothing comes to mind, he steps aside.
Okay, but we can't take the original files out of this office.
Running away
clear?
from the ghost we summoned.
Not
Oh
even a single
god.
sheet. We'll just have to make a copy.
Don't worry, that's the plan.
I am suspecting something creepy to happen because we're in the dark room. It appears to reassure her. A nod, then shortly he gestured for me to follow. Passing the sea of cubbies, I can't help but take in everything in their office, a force of habit for the most part. As far as I know, BRC Luxbunts used to own this whole building. Offices in several floors once upon a time, when a real estate is still a luxuriant business for the company of this side of the country. Then a competition shown up, and suddenly everything not so good anymore. It's only got worse as the years went by, so according to the rumours. Now the branch is just the floor, despite what the huge sign in the building Francisco says, and frankly, it's not too hard to believe when one looks at the state of this room right now. A number of desks has been cleared out. Personally, mementos or scares as if the employments have gone out of extravagance. That'll be a downsizing, probably. Still worrisome, though. Of course, I shake away all this when Isabella starts to handling me the papers he's been looking through. Focus, Frey. I am going to turn down the alerts just slightly, because they are very loud. There's no point in winning the dwelling any longer on it. That's why we're here in the first place. To find out what real deal is the old-fashioned way. Isabella's presence is a whole other blessing too. I couldn't imagine how long this would have taken if I pushed going in here alone.
Is this everything? Where are the documents you mentioned?
Still locked up in the records room. Do you need them now?
See?
Bring them here. Everything that has to do with the mansion's sale. Even those who worked on it during the renovations. The cleanup. Everything. Including your mandatory sign-in sheets.
It's an odd thing to bring up, but at least it elicits a laugh from her before she heads to the record room. She remembers, and no matter how weak the sound of it from her usual one, is a welcome thing to hear. It reminds me that the Isabella I know is still there. She returns minutes later with a thick stack of folds and folders. For the next half an hour, we worked in complete silence while we dig into everything compared into the folders. Not an easy task, considering how thick the whole thing is, but there's two of us. In fact, Isabella does most of the work, sorting the contracts, the employee list, and stuff we won't need into the neat pile. Just the file for the restoration alone makes up for a stack of paper that is an inch thick. Third-party services, provider hired by the mansion reditors, woodworking, plasters work, slate roofing, and the whole bunch of other things are well documented. Hell, every single contractor who worked on the project were listed individually, even if they were just there to do the plumbing. It's a high profile and a high cost asset, alright, But with that scope comes a loophole, means plenty of room to hide something in if there is something fishy going on. All I have to do is to find a pattern, and it doesn't take long. Upon closer glance, despite the the first owner shouldering the revocation cost, it'll be surprising if they manage to break even on the emerging mansion. What with the additional expenses for the open house, the commotion for their agents, and other overheads fleas. At one point, the negotiation to get it listed under BRC's name almost broke down. To some disagreement about the listing price. The owners wanting to get rid of it as quickly as possible while keeping the worth of the property level. BRC was insisting on a higher amount, double what the appearance suggested. This plus the rumours that their branch is closing. BRC looks but really is in the red, and the sales of the mansion could have easily been moved to keep the bunch afloat.
No wonder the final sale happened as fast as it did. Did you know about this?
No, they took it off our hands after I submitted the final documents for the sale. I didn't even know until I read this. I'm not sure if Rose did. I've only been given the key to the records room after she... Anyway, my point is, they've kept all the files from me. Rose was the one who compiled everything from our side. And even then, she was probably not aware of this. There's only so much they let us know. After that, they just told us to wait for our commission, and that the legal team would handle the rest. The rumors are true, huh?
Seems so.
Sheesh, this place is just unlucky. Going bankrupt while the rest of this crap is happening. But this isn't what we're looking for. What we need is who, the people aside from Isabella Cooper involved in this business with the mansion, and how they are now. We can't do much with the outside contractors, they won't be on the file. The employment list, on the other hand, even with the 2 people working through the pile, the whole task still takes quite a while. It's a quarter of an hour later when we put down all the paper with a sigh and move on to the client upon Isabella's insistence. For that, the sign... Bleh. Oh god. So much talking. For that, the sign in from the open house comes in handy. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got all this. We got Hannah Wright, Luke Wright, Richard, Oceana, Ashley, Charlotte, Mercy, Lauren, Madeline, Beetlebine, whatever. Something that gives me a laugh when I spy the fake name I wrote on one of the streets. Ashley.
Why'd I even pick this name? It sounds so lame.
What name?
Nothing important. Just focus on those papers you have. We need to finish this soon, before Seb suspects anything.
She snatches the paper away before the thought of hiding it occurs to me. Not only that much secret is in it, Isabella finds me that afternoon anyway, but still.
Ashley?
I've been careless that day, trailing Luke Wright without confirming where they were heading off to. Well, the butler terrible effectually in keeping the Wrights' agreement from the public eye. There are other ways, if only I've given it time of that day. In restructive, I've been too eager, too impatient to find something that cracked the case I'll be done with. Maybe my failures goes as far back as the day of the open house, not during the party that last night.
Yeah, well, I was pressed for time.
God damn. I'm gonna get a drink really quick. Hydrate time. Go get a drink or some food. I'll be right back. Oh, god damn it. What the hell? I leave for a couple of seconds. The gay hearts. Okay. Make sure to hydrate, everyone. Yeah. Okay. Bruh. I didn't do anything. Uh-huh. Can't even blame Morgan this time.
Seriously, Ashley? Were you even trying?
Ashley.
Oh, come on. You didn't even notice I was the one who wrote it down.
Of course I wouldn't. Only an idiot would use his real name.
It worked, though. Admit it. It's genius. Who would have thought, huh?
Nah. She responds with a roll of her eyes, then drops the matter entirely by shoving the paper back in my hands. We lap back into our respective tasks afterwards, wordless, skimming through everything. Read, set aside, get another one. Looking back at the sign in street, I spot Luke Wright and Hannah Wright listed up top. Not that I don't know them already, of course, but scanning through the list, the name immediately comes to my attention.
Madeline Williams.
Something wrong?
Huh? No, just that I remember this girl listed here.
She frowns, moves her seat closer, and takes a careful read of the sheet. There's a long moment before she speaks again, but from the way she tenses, she appears to be expecting the worst already.
What about her?
She was with me, in the group following Cooper, when we toured the upstairs part of the mansion, I mean. Rather loud one, especially when we took a peek into the attic. Kept talking about the ghost stories the whole tour.
Then, do you? Do you think she's...
She was reported missing 3 days after.
There was a ruckus at that printed of the day, so her family filled in. Threats were naturally given at the lack of process days later, despite ration ones. Her family willing to shell out the cash they have just to find her, to no avail, unfortunately. Officer Benjamin has been in the bad mood ever since he spoke with them, but what can he do? What can we do? He tried, we all tried, there's only so much we were able to do with everything that has been shoved into our hands recently.
She still hasn't been found. It's already been a week.
Damn. Isabella makes no further comments aside from a nod. Instead, she sits back in her chair with a distant look in her eyes, her hands balling into a fist as she struggles with her frustration. Maybe it's anger. But the moment doesn't last long. Soon her grip loosens and she holds her hands back on her lap. Her expression, however, it's one I've seen too many times in the mirror. What does one say to a person burdened, but not by the one loss, but many, who carries it with her shoulders like a badge of shame? Yet, to find the answers to that myself. Until then, the only way is forward. Press on to see where our attempts at fixing our mistakes might lead us. And despite my own doubts, a glimpse of that look on her face is enough reason for me. I can't just give up. There's too much at stake, too much to lose. With a renewed focus, I continue. On the third and last street, I spot another one, but it's wide. One I recall from the newspaper optical. Died from a heart attack. A letter of a correspondence expressing condolences to her family confirms as much in her files. Passed away at age 74 in her sleep.
She's at that age. It certainly could have been a natural death.
Right? I like to believe so. But 3 more letters turns up when I rumble through the stack, and it leaves nothing more than a foreboding feeling in me. They're all addressed to the families of the Catalanians who have passed away in the past week. Regardless, though, there goes in the pile of things worth looking into from our visit here, along with Williams' info sheet. Yeah, 74. There are so many names, so many faces, each one I've seen that day, and here I am wondering if they're all alright. It isn't a selfish thought, though. that brings that question to mind. Rather, it's illogical that if more of them are still alive, the more people I can choose to question. Nothing concrete yet. Of course, they are just suspectionation, but we're making progress. Once done with a sign in street, I stash it along with a growing pile in the left, and pull out the many of the other documents Isabella has already prepared for me. Working through the employee list, those who have been assessed to the mansion. Because if Isabella was to believe if what she's seen and what happened to Rose Cooper is because of that letter, I need to know everyone who has possibly read it, aside from the three of us, if not been noticing strange things too. For all I know, those have been just terrible coincidence. Although the thought of that starts to diminish as we dig into the BRC company files. 15 minutes later, the stack closest to my elbow has risen from 5 to 21 different doses. Clients and employees documentation. People have either visited the open house or worked on the property in some capacity since the letter discovery. Turns out there are two more employees who handled the mansion distractedly, aside from Cooper and Isabella. I'm just gonna clean my nose as I got a runny nose. There we go. I'm catching a little cold, sadly, but it's all good. Crystally Stry. The reality spectrally and the Merc Julia Jean Marie. The Eston Epilema.
This C guy, he was in custody just the other day.
Really? Sir John has been looking for him. He stopped reporting to work a few weeks ago. Are you sure it's the same person?
Yep, this is him. Folks at the precinct said they went to his house after a noise complaint. They found him just acting all crazy. Had to take him in when he started getting violent. He kept screaming about
Oh my god.
a woman.
Immediately she stiffens. I don't want to bring it up or imply a connection to Isabella's story, but that is exactly what happened.
It was driving the guards mad, but he didn't last too long in there. A few hours in, and he just started bashing his own head against the wall, and, well...
God damn.
It was messy, to say the least.
Oh god damn! That's a horrible way to die.
Oh no, we had no idea. Is he okay? HR just marked him as AWOL because none of their calls would get through.
He's fucking dead. He smashed his fucking brains through the wall.
He's in the hospital right now.
Oh god, he's
I heard
alive.
they're putting him into a psychiatric ward as soon as he recovers. He's still a bit unstable.
No shit. Jean Marie, on the other hand, his employment files notes his date of leaving, and even when his final payment has been given, along with it, there is a letter to his family about the appearance being found dead in the office. Communication is a hush-hush, and there is mention of compunction if they don't talk about it to the media. Inspector Abigail has often scolded me for not reading the reports on a regular basis, but I try to keep up to the date as much as I can. When I do, I make sure to be aware of the gist of what's going on in my city. This never reached the police ears or the health and safety executive.
Do you know about this guy?
One glance at her says everything. They hidden it from the media. They kept it from the police. It's not surprising this also has been a secret from someone of Isabella's position in this company. Fuck.
Rose was looking for him last week. We haven't heard anything from him either. Until now. They never mentioned this to us.
Business going under and someone dies while working here. Of course they want to keep that quiet. It's a bad public courtesy. This whole thing is just getting freakery by the minute. Nevertheless, I hand the files for Isabella to make a copy of.
The pages with their names, addresses, and contact numbers will do. We'll start with the ones who live within the city.
Sometimes there are things you really can't just brush off, as the mere coincidence in the line of work. Once a pattern pops up, it's only right to be suspicious. Especially the thing with Sly. It hits too close to the stuff my own friends have been telling me.
All of this?
It's considering thinner than the ones he brought in, yet, somehow, the way she hugs the folders close to herself makes it seem heavier. Like she's hanging onto it the same manner one will latch onto the lifeline.
Only the noteworthy ones.
And those that might be alive might. She doesn't need to know that.
We can't check the outside contractors, but the guys with the direct connection to BRC and the people who attended the open house should be enough. We don't have time to see how everyone's doing, especially if what you said is true.
For a second he appears about to argue, then quickly decides against it and hides it away before anyone reads the question in her face. Then in a two absurd motions he turns towards the copier and gets to work. Soon only the machine concerned fills the air around us while I keep myself busy cleaning up the mess we made. The lack of talk is awkward, and I put it mildly disturbing at worst. I've gotten so used to letting her just babble away wherever it's just the two of us. Oh goddamn, where are we? Okay, we are there. We have nothing on them days. Okay. I could tell, however, she wants to do more. She wants to fix this mess herself, and that desire makes her angsty. But at the same time, she's learning and not to be implosive or stubborn, exactly as I told her yesterday before agreeing to any of this. Or maybe those so-called changes have always been with her. Dai's education have always pushed people to change after all. Although seeing this happen in front of me only makes it difficult to find the proper things to say. In for this tense and charged, what is left for us to talk about? Certainly not the news. What's worse is what you only realize all this is hindsight right after you already run off your mouth off.
You know, for a house your company seems to be in a hurry to sell, they still made quite a fortune out of it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3... 6. Are you sure they're planning to give your entire share for this?
I have to go now. Bye-bye. Okie dokie. Have a good day, pup. Thank you, I will. Have a good day. Goodbye. Thank you for hanging out.
This isn't a small amount, especially given the usual cut. And their accounting department isn't in the greatest shape either.
Even if they don't, it's not like someone still needs it.
And there's a reason why people don't let me talk. Silence once again discards throughout this room, denser compared to the ones we shared tonight. Behind me I can still hear her movement, sharp and pervasive, while she feeds the normal to the machine. While the one last click, all of it stops. Her feet shuffle. Oh god. Her feet shuffle slightly against the floor when she moves away. Something cracks softly, probably the table, as she settles her weight against its side. By the time a sorry is already at the tip of my tongue, but oh god, did something happen?
Belle, I'm...
Papa's...
Oh shit, yeah, Papa's dead.
Papa's gone, Ash.
When those scant few seconds, everything between us shifts as gravity of her words sinks. Right then and there, something harsh and immovable raises between us. Death is something I'm familiar with. Almost 10 years in the police force, and it's impossible not to acquaint with it. But this is difficult from those dead bodies we examine in forces, a far cry from the victims we found on the bad investigation. Those I could easily distance myself from. No emotional attachment. No need for pretense. Yet somehow, I still find myself grasping for things to tell her. Any words of comfort that will dull the pain. Because even without looking at her, her grief feels palpable enough, her pain and emotional weight hanging over us. Just stay bit. What about? Tell him about him. Tell me about it. What the fuck, Ashton? Why would you say that? Tell me about him.
When?
Yes. That's it. That is such an ass white thing to say. Stay focused. Your dad dead. Stay focused.
Huh? When what?
Your dad. I mean, when did you find out?
She doesn't answer. Not immediately, anyway. For a long moment, the hush simply stretches out before us, spamming across the seconds we let pass while we both simply stand there waiting. Involuntarily, she exhales, lightly muted enough that I might missed it, had I not been paying attention to her every movement.
Yesterday,
God damn.
around 3 in the afternoon there, Mama called. She told me he passed away in his sleep, and I guess I can take comfort in that, huh? But Papa wasn't in any pain when...
She trails off, releases another ragged breath hidden underneath her chuckle, each one's mirthless, heavy with nothing but sorrow. Then she fluttered into silence, and for all my attempts at lightening her burden, I'm suddenly at lost. Reassurance could only do so much when her only reason for staying here has suddenly been taken away from her. A hope yanked from under her feet right after it was gently given. And without that, without the one person who pushes her to endure all the shit we've been going through, she's going through means nothing but a struggle. What does one say to a person fraying at the edges, slowly wearing thin and breaking? Are words even enough? What right do I have anyway? I cannot give her anything apart from the lies that changed me as a person, and affection she may or may not even want for herself. Because no matter how easy she has warmed herself into our lives, how immortal her presence has become, her own heart will always yearn for something else. For home.
Tell me about him.
Huh? About what?
Your dad. Tell me about him. Anything. Just talk. Say anything you want. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll listen.
Aww. Silence again. As if she's testing the weight of my question. For what purpose it is. For a reason even I can't say right now. After a while, though, she starts reluctantly, her voice hitching, fluttering and stumbling on each syllable as she chooses her words. A rough start, but soon it steadies. And along with it, to keep company, the stories from childhood and memories he fond of. Or the tears. Oh God. Despite this, in a spite of grief choking her words off, the hurt closing her throat, and the sob rattling her inner form, she continues like the mere act of speaking is a relief in itself. A release. She tells me of her father, the very person who named her, how she looked up to him, how she was a bit of a tomboy growing up in an attempt to imitate him, and how the man encouraged her to pursue what she really wanted. Perhaps even the only thing she's ever did for herself, having grown up not wanting anything more than food to put on their table.
He told me I don't have to listen to them. That I can do what I want. Every day, he'd wake up at 4, Ash. Because he'd earn more that way. And every single time, he'd give them to me. Whatever extra he earned, he'd hand them all. So I'd have something to use for my paintings. And you know what? Back home, just a good tube of paint costs almost as much as what we spend for food the whole day. But he'd always set something aside. Told me he wanted to see my paintings in a museum one day.
He pours all of it out every little things he loved and admired about him. Like this, it's easy to see why he has gone such great length for him, why he abandoned her dreams, and why he went against his wishes just to grant him another chance at life. Others will say it's her warmth that draws people to her, or her cheer. Neither are wrong, but neither is the whole truth to her either, because those who have never bothered to look beyond the surfaces will never see her. See someone earnest, someone who has always meant well, despite her undeadly stubbornness. This is how she loves. Warm, steadfast, unflinching. You never meet many people like her, not in the line of work, not in the kind of people I've had to deal with. Always with something to hide, always with something to lie about. And virtually, when you run across too many of them, you change, you become like them. In many ways, for a lot of reasons, she's the kind of person I want to be and be around with, who made me feel I am still worth something.
He didn't want me to leave. Begged that I should finish my studies first. In the end, I couldn't even grant him that one request. I'm a terrible daughter, aren't I?
You're not.
Huh?
Oh! Hello?
You're not. I can't speak for your dad. I haven't even met the man. But I know you're not.
I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this. The remarks just came out. Now I'm stringing all those together as I go. But one thing is certain, none of what I'm about to say is a lie.
The Isabella I know is a total klutz, but I've never seen anyone work as hard as she does. She's the type who wears her heart on her sleeve, though it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always in the right place. She's intimidated by a lot of stuff, but she knows how to appreciate the smallest things in life. Frankly, you've caused us no small amount of trouble since you barged into our lives. But when I'm with you, all of my worries seem trivial.
Heat has already crept up on my face when the turn this whole thing is about to take regardsters. Before I blurt out the rest of it, declare feelings I'm not even ready to relieve to anyone, much less to her, my hand covers up to a smoother the rest of it. Though embarrassment quickly takes the resign before I can completely chomp my mouth shut.
And I'm pretty sure Zach and Becca think the same way.
Oh my god, he was about to confess.
You have a nasty way of growing on people like that, and you know what? We got everything we needed in here. I'll just wipe the security recordings and we're good to go. While I'm at it, you better wipe the snot off your face. And you don't look very nice when you're balding like that.
Aww. Aww. That's so damn cute. Oh my god. Hastily, I gather everything, the personal files, client documents, sale agreement, and contracts, anything my hands could reach. In record time, all of it has been stacked in a neat pile, ready for storage. I'm heading for the records room, not a few seconds later. Whatever that is, it should be an easy find, unless this place is a maze of some sort, which I highly doubt still beats staying here and seeing the look on her face. Crap. Really, her anger's still bearable. I can take that, including the glow she sends my way.
So, yeah, I'll go get the security videos and put these back where you pulled them from. Man, these are heavy, you know?
Oh my god, please confess.
Ash, it's just paper. You don't even know where I...
Oh, no, I can handle this. Easy as pie. And, yeah, security cams, tapes, videos, cams. Yeah, I'm off.
Rejection at this point? Maybe. Maybe not yet. Oh shit. Getting the files back at the BRC active room is a clinch. With the documents back in their proper places, I lock the door behind me, tugging it twice just to make sure. Now on the next orders of business. Removing the evidence to our little chunks in here, or at the very least, the parts showing what we've been doing during the past hour. Can't have our places on the security footage, showing us breaking the law as we were. I'm gonna have to wipe the data from Isabella across a access card entire too. Surprisingly, finding the security room proved to breeze that what will be tricky to getting inside. The fact that no one has walked out during the whole time we've been here means the room is either empty or the security sound asleep. I'm blanking more on the former. If they're cutting corner and firing agents, I have no doubt they'll be fired the guy stationed here if they have anyone watching the monitors at the first place. It's a rather common thing for electrocutement. Just leave security recording intentionally and only check the footage if something actually happens. Just to check, I press my ears against the door, listening for a sign for anyone entering the room. After a long minute and nothing, I give the knob a few rattles.
Standard lock and key. Should be easy enough to pick.
We have the lockpick set, but they are only to be used if necessary and with a search warrant. Even then, it's a skill set rarely needed. Substructurally isn't one of the cops' priority if they have authority to search the premises. Bolt cutters and blunt forces are the favoured methods. If those fail, we call a locksmith. Me, I prefer a good old hairpin thick, with those options aren't available. Besides, they're easy to hide and store for emergencies. Running my hand through my hair, I pull a pair of bobby pins. Two of those I can just about to open my standard lock. One makes a level and the other makes the handle. I won't call it a complex skill, but it certainly takes time and a lot of practice to successfully pick a lock. Good thing I practiced with them for a bit of my college years. I learned more than the essential and standard issues for a law enforcement officer. I will go here, I click there. I manage to size up the pins on the locking mantication soon enough. With a slight turn in the knob, the security room ripes for the picking. Oh god, I'm gonna see something, am I? Okay, we see Isabella there. The room odor hits me first, a sharp nursery scratch if someone has actually spilled a gallon of bleach in the room. When the last time they opened this place.
Ugh, this place smells awful. Jesus, it's worse than the forensics lab on a bad day.
This is probably because of the badly bunched effort of the clean of the place. Even in this dark, I can spy dark stain on the walls. I really don't have time to try and play in this ketchup or soda right now, but I have this strange gut feeling who the mess might belong to. As expected, no security personnel mans the office CCTV controls and standalone DVR setup is open for anyone. Normally I have to herb of things to say about this sloppy security setup. Right now, the naturally makes the whole test of erasing evidence easier.
No fuss, no muss.
The next one should be across the car data. Hopefully getting into their computer won't be too much of a hassle. Everything's up now, has been smooth sailing. There has been hiccups, I'll give it that, though it does nothing to dampen the good mood I'm in. Once I shift my attention to the machine sitting next to the DVR setup, all the swiftly ever portents. I am no computer buff, but I can definitely recognize one more than a decade old simply looking at it, making me feel younger. With a heavy sigh, I powered it up, mentally prepared myself for a slow slug. Slow apparently remains an unstained month here. It takes a whole 3 minutes for the thing to start up. The OC hasn't even started loading, and my boredom, I start to expect the live feed from the cams. Only two work, one with the view outside, seeming like the order there, and the other the main workspace where it's a fleeting glimpse, a curiosity glance, but the sight of it stops me. Uh-oh. Oh god, there's something there! Oh god. The image is a bit blurry, but standing there right in the middle of the room by one of the cubbies can make out a form of a...
What the hell is...
I don't get too far into that line of thought. Not a few seconds after my words have slipped out, without any sort of warning, while I'm still trying to make sense of what it is. The figure moves. Oh, fuck. Oh, hell no. Oh god, it's gone. Oh god. It came to the camera, it knows. The moment of Prentice hits me when he stops right in front of the camera. Like a damn rookie, I go still in the face of danger. It definitely hasn't been trained to handle the supernatural, and this isn't one, is it? And... oh fuck. Her eyes bore into me, the merson in them, peering. Even beyond the screen is enough to make me go numb. Oh, hell no to the no-no. Hell no to the no-no. Only a mug crashes to the floor when my hands actually try to swipe at it next to me out of the trance, reminding me that I'm not the only one here. Isabella. It seems he hasn't noticed anything. Am I the only one seeing this? In any case, what's happening, I have to get her out. Gathering my wits, I quickly reach for my phone. Oh god. It takes but 2 seconds before she answers, but there's no time for relief.
Did you really have to call? We're practically on the same floor.
Get out of there.
What? What are you...
Out. Get out. I'll meet you in the elevator.
You're creeping me out, Ash.
Just get yourself out of that place, now!
Without a second thought, I back away from the controls from the room, ready to be done with this place. But before my foot even moves, he disappears.
Son of a...
Hello! Oh my fucking god. Instantly takes over, and my hand quickly reaches for the gun at my side, only to meet empty air. A mistake that cost me a few precious seconds while the paperwork I brought with me threatens to scatter everywhere at the same time. Gathering everything in myself once more, and no weapons to protect myself, my sense of self-protection kicks in next, and I lunge towards the door. Fuck this shit, I'm out! I split across the office without daring to look back. Isabella already waiting in front of the elevator by the time I make it out in that officer. Oh, fuck me. Rory increases her eyebrow once glancing at me, but I don't have time to answer the question in her eyes. As soon as I reach her, I grab her arm, practically throw the two of us into the open elevator and slam the button for the ground floor. Oh, please don't. She's gonna open the door. She's gonna open the door. Oh no. A sign of relief escapes from me when the elevator starts to discard. The clicking noise fades off into the distance. No, she's gonna open the door. Beside me, Isabella shifts, moving the stack of paper under her arm while she takes in my appearance. Concern is in her eyes, though all I offer her is a small gesture of my hand while I attempt to compose myself. Breathe. In. Out.
Why are we in such a hurry?
We need to get out of this place. Did you get everything?
Yeah, it's all here. But really, you don't look too good. What's wrong, Ash?
I'll be fine. I was in the security room. There's From the monitors, there was fucking...
Oh, fuck me. I'm scared to click. The rest of the what I'm about to say dies on my tongue when the elevator stops and the door opens too. Fuck me. Fuck me, please. There's a moment of pause when we both take in our surrounding. Confusion understandable there.
Oh, come on! They should just replace this whole thing.
I'm scared.
No, I'm quite sure I pressed for the ground floor.
Right? Fuck me. Oh, I'm scared. I hate elevators now. But this is just Isabella said. The elevator always did have problem when I visited in the past. Often she becomes so angry whenever we get to her floor and oh my god. I need a moment. Give me a moment. I need to breathe. I need to calm myself. I'm suspecting every time I click something to pop out. Okay, breathe in. And out. Okay, let's drink. Calm ourselves, calm our nerves. Bangu Tango. Okay. Often she becomes so angry whenever I try to get her floor, and she have to repeatedly smash the button for the elevator to even move. That was always good for a laugh. I wasn't too worried then. Now, fuck me! From the distant beyond, a light reached. The noise echoes in the light ears, among with a rapid pounding in my chest. Fuck me. Isabella stiffens and her eyes grow wide at the sound. Fuck me. Gingerly, she reaches up to grab the horn of my sleeve and grips it, hard, tight enough for her fingernails to dig through. Her eyes stretching widely for the source of the sound while I stand protectively in front of her. What a man. He's standing in front of her like, I'll take the hit for you first.
Ash, did you hear that?
Yes, we do hear that.
Anyone there?
Don't you fucking call out. You fucking click that button. You click that fucking button right there. Oh, please.
I can hear you moving from here.
I'm covering my eyes.
Show yourself.
Don't show yourself. No response. No response, only the soft sound of something scurrying around the floor and the walls, and the slow, disrated movement, faint though, still audible enough in this hush. Until it stops. Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck me! I am crying right now, please. This is not meant to be crying. A moment.
We need to go, Ash. We have to.
Oh, fuck me. And then... This time, I'm certain it isn't my imagination. Fucking push it! Against my training, my whole body freezes. Hands still mid-press on the button, my eyes growing wide while waiting for any sort of movement from the further back, my ears stained for the source of the sound. Even at offer Isabella any reassuration, much as I hate to admit it, the dread has sneaked into every nerve of my body. And blast the elevator still won't work.
This isn't in my fucking training manual.
I agree, dude! I agree! Fucking run! Press that fucking button.
Ash, we need to leave. I know that sound. Ash, please, get the elevator!
What do you think I'm doing, woman? Another series of shuffling against the ground, a laughter, all of a sudden she's just there, oh fuck. Like a twisted spider, she stares at us, a look of hunger in her eyes, and the vulture in her twisted manner as she smiles. A glare she has well earned when the damn flies that has been dropped right on the spider web.
Ashton!
Oh my fucking god, it makes it worse that I can't see her.
Damn it! Damn it!
Fuck me! Without warning, she moves, mocking me with each unhurried crawl she takes, knowing I'm at her mercy. Oh, fuck me!
Fucking hell!
Fuck me! I agree!
Ashton, the door! The door!
Fucking... What? Our lives are in the hands of the crumbling elevator, literally hanging between life and death. We're not going to die here. Not in a damn elevator. Oh fuck. Wait. Oh fuck. 1, 6, 7, 5, 9. Fuck me! No! No! I killed them! Oops. Not in a damn elevator, okay. What? Fuck me! Fuck me! Boy, is that fast? Ah! Fuck me! Fuck me! I'm so bad at it! Okay, I'm gonna use the other thing. You might see my face change a couple of times. Okay, 3. Oh, I can't use that? Okay, wait. Oh, fuck me. I'm panicking. Fuck me! I can't do it. Oh. Oh, why? Why? I can't do it. I'm so slow at this. What? That was 8. Oh, fucking kill me. What the fuck? What does the top thing say? Press tab to skip. I've dropped to escape from the ghost scrap. Press tab to skip. Okay, I skipped it because I could not do it. So I am so sorry. I tried it a couple of times, could not do it. I've skipped it. Because we would have not done it. I am not that quick with my keyboard. I am not quick with my numbers. I dropped out of maths. That can fuck off. It has already fucking scared me. And by the way, hello Darth. Welcome to the stream. As it has driven power has heard me swearing up a storm in my head, the door closes just as that thing looms near. Soon the elevator, the blasted thing, is heading up. Isabella's knees buckled in relief. In 2 ticks, she's hugging herself without any care of the mess of the paper and folding her drops on the floor in her panic. She draws in one ragged breath after another, each one brimming with nothing but relief. And this is the most I've been tired my whole damn life. Not during training, but when my superior first asked me to drop 100, not after a stakeout, but after smashing a fucking elevator button repeatedly. I slumped to the ground beside her, worn out, but I don't let myself feel relief yet. Not until we're out of here. Isabella seems to be at the same line. I'm gonna fucking save, fuck that. Still, I find myself staring a shaking laugh with her.
We're okay. We're fine.
No, I killed you guys so many times.
Yeah, we're good. Alive. Fuck, we should have taken the goddamn stairs.
The goddamn stairs. Twice I've seen it. Thrice if I include the party, unless I'm tripping balls without realizing it. There's no doubt in my mind that this is actually happening. I don't want to believe it. But with the truth staring at me in the face, it'll be stupid to deny the reality of the matter. As soon as the lift hits the ground floor, we hurried out of the building, Seb's sound asleep when we passed his station. Fuck me. Yep, we're both on the fucking floor. However, in the face of what we've seen, everything I faced tonight, we really can't care less who we still see on our way out. The sooner we get away from this place, the further the better. I'm just not sure if that also means being safe. See, almost got us, damn it. That fucking thing almost had us. Shit, if only by luck that managed to get the fucking elevator unstuck had the blasted thing not worked in the last second. I need some fresh air, fresh, breathable air that doesn't stink like death and gore all the time. I'm panicking, Christ, losing focus with another person here. I can't afford that right now. Isabella hasn't even said anything, and all I know, she's more shaken than I am. I can't lose her when another person's depending on me.
Remember your training, Frey.
Another deep breath. Soon, I'm starting the engine and driving us off. After a little incident, somewhere up and would be not good. Some place I won't get trapped. Luxburns Park brings a welcome relief, though, only by some. The chill that has sneaked into my bones is still there, flurrying and unflurrying underneath my skin. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. But this has already answered all of it, doesn't it? Those deaths. Just how many copies of that letter are out there? Isabella can't have the only one if they are people also getting cursed. Could it be the one that she has shown us at the one of the 5? Maybe even more? The whole past this to 5 people business is ridiculous. But at this point, is it still? All in all, we found 21 people who might have read the letter, 7 of them decreased. 8 if we count Cooper, and that's only with what we have found right now. We have no idea how the contractors and specialists hired from outside the company are doing, if we are in any way affected. How many more people are suffering? How many are missing? How many are dead? Can I still even blame the Wrights for this? If anything, they might be in danger as well. I don't think I can wish a curse upon anyone, no matter how big of a douchebag Luke Wright is. There's also that woman. How do we get out of this mess? How do we get away from her? Shit, so many things we need to look into. Yet all my body wants to do is pace, burn out whatever excess energy that is in me.
Ashton, I'm getting dizzy. Will you sit down?
No, we almost died, woman. It's the first thing Isabella has said anything. She's been sitting quietly since we dropped here. Better and less distracting than watching her nervous habit, I suppose. She certainly seems calm now. Too calm, in fact, for someone who has just seen something terrible. But it's been more than a week for her already. People do get desensitized to things at some point. Even someone like Isabella, who knows what's going on inside her head, though. Inside mine, there are so many things. None of them would have sit still.
I'm not going crazy, am I? I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I didn't inhale anything weird. Shit.
He think he's on drugs.
Shit.
Ashton, you are literally my mood. Felt all of this.
Isabella, please tell me that wasn't...
What am I not expecting? When I turned to her, it is Smith. One of that he could barely contain.
You're laughing.
Oh yeah, she's fucking right. You've been laughing at her.
You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm not quite sure what she sees in my face, but at the next second, a laugh suddenly bursts out of her face. I'm
so sorry. It's just that you should have seen the look on your face back there.
Dude, we died so many times.
Yes, right. Sure. I'm not the one who's panicked. You almost ripped my arm off.
Yeah, but...
Isabella, this isn't funny. We could have ended up dead.
I know, I'm really sorry. But this is just too precious to miss. You really lost your shit for a moment there.
Well, no shit. No shit.
You're trying to get back at me, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I'm not the one who kept calling someone scaredy cat for years. How does it feel?
Oh my god.
I'm not scared.
Really? Because it doesn't seem that way to me.
I mean, he has the right to make fun of him because revenge.
I'm not, all right? I'm just, I just don't know what to do right now.
Immediately after that moment passes, replaced by another tense silence. Laughter dies in her lips as everything sinks in. We're in the deep shit, and it's already finally caught up with us and hit us like a ton of bricks. Hit me more than anyone, because he has been warning us this since day one, and I'm the first person who brushed it off. Despite that, he still reaches out to me, tugging at my sleeve almost desperately. Her hands are trembling, and there's a tremor in her voice when she speaks. Without the cheer, only fear remains. One that she has been burdened from the very beginning.
We're still going to do something about it, right? Not just stand around and let that thing get us.
I mean, what are we meant to do? We are cursed. How do you uncurse yourself? Unexpectedly, she leans her forehead against my arm, and her grip on my sleeve tightens. There's a desperation in there, a quiet plead.
I don't want to lose anyone anymore, Ash.
I wish I could have given her that promise, but so many unknowns, so many things I don't understand about this. How could I? Why is she still trust that I can do something about this baffles me? It all feels wholly undeserved, considering the way I've treated her. Yet, despite my reluctance, I find myself returning her hold in kind, a grasp warm and light enough for comfort. Not a promise, but a closest thing to it. Oh god. Oh god, where are we? Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echoes from the far distance, scurrying, scrambling, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, peering notes of her laughter. A scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes it off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve of my body, washing away every sensation in me apart from one. There is only fear. Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound from bitter and unforgiving is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. Fuck me. The ground trembles. The world stops. Slows to stop. Morning breaks in a blurry mess of vivid shapes and colours. Oddly, there is no feelings of terror or confusion gripping me, despite the verge images that has driven me from sleep. Awareness kicks in shortly, though slow and struggleish, as I blinks away the last remains of unconsciousness from my eyes. The early morning light already streams from the open window when the memory sets in and the room finally comes into focus. Isabella's apartment. Pushing myself upright, my eyes wandered idly towards her phone form. She hunched over the coffee table, both her arms and under her head, while she continues to rest. Then to the chaos, the paper and folders we'd left scattered around before sleep has claimed both of us. We bunkered down here last night after both our nerves have calmed down. Mine, for the most part, staying together was an unspoken invitation. And anyway, I'm pretty sure neither of us want to remain alone when there's that woman. Is she still one in the first place? Or one that we normally call a human? Can I still feel guilt? Does it understand pain?
Fuck. I'd rather get charged for breaking and entering than mess with whatever that thing was any day.
Not that thinking about this still matters when all of our lives are in her hands. She's dangerous. If we don't do anything about her and this curse, we'll definitely be pushing Daedry's soon. I can't let that happen. I've dwelled on this long enough, left all my friends in harm's way after the warnings they all given me. Besides, underneath the terror and the underline that keeps me running, knowing what lies ahead for Isabella makes it hard not to take action. The paper sitting on the edge of the table calls my attention. At this, light against my hand when I reach for it. It has caught my eyes the night before, but with this a lot we still need to go through. I've simply ignored it. The logo embossed at the top of the page, however, proving the paper a whole new meaning. Not for me, but definitely for her.
A scholarship grant, huh?
I've only ever heard of her talk about this once or twice, completing her degree, that is. She rarely goes about it in great detail, but preferring to keep it to herself. Perhaps it's the fact that she thinks she's already too old to be chasing after it. It has been 5 years after all, but I've caught enough snippets of communication between her and Zack to know where she has never been given up on it. Despite how things have planned out for her father, she's one step closer to the part of her life. As silly as this may sound, coming from a friend, I like to give her the chance to have this. Whatever this means, stepping out of my comfort zone and figuring out what the deal with this curse is, I'll do so. If only to see that same smile on her face from that time ago. Those days are the only moments she seems to show it in when she's asleep. Like right now, no matter how uncomfortable she appears, a smile of my own forms despite this, when I glance at her sleeping form again. She hasn't moved since, her shoulders raising and falling in a slow, even rhythm with her breathing. You won't think she has any problems this way.
If only that were true.
Sighing, I placed the paper back down when I'd gotten it, carefully so I won't actually wrinkle or damage it in some way, and finally pushed myself off the makeshift bed. Isabella shifts when I carry her off the floor and over to her bed, but doesn't wake up, simply tucks herself comfortably under the covers as I pull over her. Briefly, though, she mumbles something to herself and draws in another deep breath.
Becca, Ashton's being dumb again.
Ha! Oh, she mumbles that. Fuck me. She drifts back to the deepened state of sleep after, like it hasn't even been interrupted by the slight movement earlier, but the small smile on her lips remain. One I find myself returning in a kind.
Who sleeps like a rock now?
It's better this way. Better to leave her to her dreams for the moment, which I hope are better than the ones I've had. She'll have time to worry about our problems later when she wakes up. For now, this is another thing. I don't want to take away from her. A moment of respite, no matter how fleeting. She deserves it, after everything she has been put through. What I've put her through. In the meantime, I still have 2 other people I need to check with. Isabella and will definitely get a tizzling if I don't check on them. Cold Luxbunt meets me upon stepping out the hallway. Not usually itself, this is what Luxbunt's weather is supposed to be. A bit cold, damp for the most part, and most often than not, terrible damp with an occasional sprinkling of rain every few hours. The sky's still clear, but I still give it a day or two before the weather takes a turn for the worse. I've complained about the awful rain for years, despite having lived here for my entire life. You sound so British. I am so happy. Where are you, Ashton? Ashton, if you were in real life, I think I would simp for you in real life, not gonna lie. You are my man. Sorry, Joel, if you're watching this. I have to admit, though, seeing it returns to usually feels exceedingly reassuring. At least something's still normal in the world when I no longer think the same for the situation we're in. A nightmare. That's probably all this is. Usually I say I've been through worse, but that's simply another lie I've often told myself, isn't it? And I fed myself a great deal of lies throughout the years, just so I won't have to think about it the next day. Maybe we won't even have this problem if we haven't been running away and ignoring things, hiding them at some place no one will see. Because I've since believed doing so is a show of weakness.
Fuck do I know about ghosts, though?
What does Zach? What does Rebecca? Z-Man has mentioned dreaming about a woman. Whether it's the same one we've been seeing, I've yet to ask. Bottom line, he likely knows as much about this as I do. Hell, Rebecca probably is in the same boat, grasping for anything that might provide an answer, a way out of this. What can we do when all of us lack any understanding of what's happening? One thing clear about this, however, that thing is after us, because of that letter. Both Rebecca and Zach has seen it too. She will go after them as well. And yet here I am, walking up to Rebecca's door, one slow step at a time, a stealing tractor to allow myself some time to put the mess in my head in a better order. How to phase this when there is a 90% chance he's still pissed about the whole different matters. It's only reason we didn't check on her last night, aside from the ungodly hour Isabella and I arrived. We only alarmed her by showing up on her house in the middle of the night, acting like a babbling Luxingtons, and her anger can last quite a while. Those days, it seems the only ones he can easily forgive is Isabella, but even with her, Rebecca fuming still takes hours. I run my hand through my hair and straightens out my jacket before knocking, once, twice, and 3 times, just to be sure he has heard me, even if she's asleep. She usually wakes up by now.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
Second ticks by. No answer from her, and the dread has started to creep up. I've been trained to handle died suffocation, but feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst. In the next minute, concern has mixed in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door louder this time. She's definitely be livid, but I'd rather face her wrath than a dead body.
Becca, it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know you're...
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy.
Oh god, who's this?
So if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. From the other unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks in through his door, though I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. I say they need to help from being delivered by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. He's a huge asshole too, calls up action, so people like him will ruin your day. Act like the nicest person on the planet. Has done me wonders when I was a rookie patrolling the streets. No need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something, in case Filipina girl over there asks. But what am I, her keeper? You know some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down. Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
God damn.
Well, there's no need to be an ass about it. I'll get out of here.
He slams the door shut without warning, but not before muttering a string of very colourful words at me. About me. Probably think I won't hear him inside the 4 walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
And at the end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. I must have missed her by an hour or so. But at least he's not alone. She should be safe, in theory. More so, if the person she's meeting is who I am thinking. Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing to continue down, increasing dark and line at the thought. Is this when she goes to the library? Yeah, she goes to the library. So she's meeting the professor at the moment. To act brashly, to find out where she is and go straight there without caring on my actions first. There's Zach to boot. Rebecca not alone, but I can't say the same for the big guy. A simple phone call to the both of them should do the trick. It'll ease my nerve at any rate. It's better than rushing over to Zach's place or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts and finding out they're not where I guess they should be. Assuming the worst will come next, which I rather avoid this early. Any other reason, I won't bother them, but an emergency begs for urgently. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety has concern, dull judgment, something I most certainly can't afford to lose any given time, especially right now. Any means calm it, I will do wonders for the muddled mess of my mind is already in. We got Zach, close friends, Zach, Rebecca, Isabella. We got Schiff, Professor Clark, and Abigail. Oh, that's the person we spoke about. Looking at my phone, I thumb through the screen until I end up on the group, only the Zach, Rebecca, and Isabella numbers listed. Other people probably say I keep it just too few friends, but their chances on this too intense, it's true. I can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with throughout the years. Colleges, blockmates from uni, neighbours, and some of people. They all come and go. But those three have chosen to stay for some reason without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none of Zach's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. One day, those guys are just there, and the next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy, somber feeling lingers in the air when you stand alone in the apartment, or something as simple as standing your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose any of them at some stupid curse. A phone call may be the least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I can take what I can get. Becca's first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her, but she's some helpless woman in distress after all. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then, but that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her taking anything head on. She'll do it instead of asking for help when she needs it. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to show that she's fine. A ring in silence of the hallway. It sounds alone may as well be a shot enough to pierce through my ears. Another second passes. 2, 3. But when on the 9th ring it goes straight to her voicemail, a cold feeling instantly lodges in my stomach.
Rebecca Gales here. You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now. Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you're free to reheat the food in my fridge. Otherwise, leave a message.
Heh. Probably just busy, that's all. Though I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Becca will be alright, is alright. She's safe. She's with someone. In the event that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her. Someone she'll be able to ask for help. She's safe. She can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper, but she knows when she faced with something she can't handle herself. Rebecca will see my missed call and she'll call me back. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. Aww! Baby Ash and Rebecca! Oh my god! She's been my friend for the longest. Anyone else would have been fed up with me and left. The girl stuck by me no matter how big of a jerk I've been. There's Zach and Isabella now too. Of course I've always been thankful for having them around. The worst times before, however, Becca was there. No one believed it when I say, but I've surely had an awful moment as a bratty kid and as a horrible teen. Issues I've too many of them to count and refuse to deal with for the time. At least that's what Andrew likes to tell me. I tend to think nothing of it. It has mellowed down over the years, thanks to the profession mostly. But at the time, I do wonder if it still burdens me the way I did with those years ago. After all I terrible experienced around the time of my parents' separations. Looking back at it now, I had no reason to distract all my frustration towards everyone else. Well, I wasn't a kid who lashed out at anyone, preferring to keep it to myself and turning those natural feelings into more productive things. Goddamn. I've grown distant from a lot of people because of it. From the old friends from the old school and the neighbours I've hung out with before. A habit I had likely brought with me into adulthood. I was just so angry with everyone and everything. All I kept thinking about was myself, wondering why me. In retortions, I was selfish, little bastard who thought the world revolved around me. That I shouldn't have been going through it. I believed my behaviour was entitled, that I had the right. Tough times, but she stuck with me, snapped me out of my little sulk, as he often phrased it, whenever she sees a chance to bring it up. She didn't tolerate my bullshit. She didn't leave me alone either. If anything, the whole thing made her stick around. Her concerns may have grown a bit overbearing as the years went by, but she's still an old friend, nevertheless. I owe her a lot. That won't change.
Damn it. Where are you, Becca?
Are we gonna have baby Ash and Zach? Another message left right back on her voicemail, and then on my third call I hung up. For the time being, I can't do anything more than to just wait for her to return my call. Worrying aimlessness won't get me anywhere. Zach, on the other hand, that guy attracts trouble no matter how much he tries to avoid it. Doesn't help he hasn't been too hot lately, as with a lot of people. His mention of plans yesterday doesn't sit too well with me either. He might be the next responsible adult after Rebecca out of the four of us, but I still gotta check on the big guy. Make sure he's doing okay, at the very least, whatever he's planning on doing. All I'm asking is for not to be an idiot. He's a sensible guy, I'm sure. However, desperation clings and pushes people to do things reductionally or intentionally, it doesn't matter. Clear thinking flies out the window the moment you're in danger, and sincerely hope he does not find himself in a tricky situation. His phone doesn't even ring before he answers, or his voicemail at least.
Hey, it's Zach. Well, a voicemail anyway. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, just leave a message, yeah? And no, Ash, you're not allowed to lockpick your way into my apartment again. Just do what any other decent human being does and call if I'm not around. Thanks.
Did he turn it off? Why? I don't want to assume the worst yet. Maybe he has forgotten to charge it. Can't be. The guy can be a bit of a Boy Scout, even more than I am as a cop. He's the type who has an extra battery or a power bank in his bag if he ever needs it. And he always does. He won't say anything or brag about it, but he got a quite rooster of a VIP freelance clients. He won't just leave his phone dead in case he's on the field, particularly when people will likely be looking for him. He always leaves his connections open whenever a client or his friends need him. Zach is reliable like that.
Why isn't anyone answering?
His mobile is out of range area sounds more plausible, although the thought of it doesn't completely shake off the unease. Unlike Rebecca and I, he took the time to listen to what Isabella said. And even if he doesn't believe it, he was definitely the first person to offer help or try to do something. If he ends up trouble doing whatever it is, so help me, I'm going to Well, I can't be rash. I'm aware of that, being running the same reminder in my head since last night. But if something happens, my certain reaction won't be pretty.
Yo, Zach, call me back, alright? I wanted to check in and, yeah, just please call me back.
It's usually a joke between us when I say he's the Watson to my Sherlock. I don't see him as some assistance to put aside until he's needed, like some people like to believe though. He's not some pity friend I keep around to make myself look good.
If anything, he's the one who stayed by me out of pity.
Zach's the one who puts up with me most of the time, even when he doesn't need to. It's not a case of a cool duck cop who helped out in my maturity. In truth, I was hard-headed, hot-tempered, and a reckless rookie until I met him. It wasn't anything sudden, and some part of me is still that rookie, but I've grown thanks to him. He's tempered that part of me. Considering how our first impression went, I'm lucky he stuck around. Rebecca and I may have spent a lot of years together as children, but Zach, he's probably the closest thing I'll call as a best friend, though it's more than that. A character no words can express. He has my back and I'll always have his. He's a brother I've never had to look of ever having, only child and all.
And I have every reason to worry about my brother.
Rebecca's neighbor did say she went out to meet someone, not specific name. If I'm wrong, she's not with Professor Clark, then maybe it's with Zach. They've never been close, but it's not the kind of awkward friendship that where meeting together remains out of the question. Regardless, I continue dialing his phone another 3 times, like I've done with Rebecca's. In the end, after the 3rd attempt, no one answering, I stopped and moved to cut the call with a ragged inhale.
Waiting game it is then.
I've been trained for those. Hell, I'm used to that. I'm used to them. Just not when it comes to people I'm close to. Much as I keep reminding myself to remain a level head, it's a whole different matter when it's someone you know. Personally, feeling will likely get involved at some point. It's starting now, actually, with the anxious strings calling and controlling, causing a racket inside my stomach. And that's exactly when the line finally connects. Before he even speaks, my question has already slipped out, including every pent-up worry and tension in my body.
Where are you?
The line copied through. I can still make out the words he's saying. Nothing to worry about then. He's just someplace where network coverage is shitty. Can't imagine where at this time of the morning though. Did he go out for a jog?
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal shitty here.
Oh god, he's at the mansion. I forgot he's at the mansion. Yeah. I told her Zachary went looking for Ashton. Oh god, wait. So Zachary went to the mansion thinking Ashton was there, but Ashton isn't there. Is this the day when everyone could have died? Could Rebecca die? No. Zachary ended here. Rebecca ended here. Is this the last day as Ashton? Maureen died. Maureen died here. No, she died here. Oh no, she did die here. She died here. Oh my god.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
I meant that to sound as friendly as possible to keep things light, at least instead of only the frustration shows in my tone.
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even...
Please don't tell me that's his plan. A morning visit to the mansion? Where Luke Wright is? Of all the pig-headed things to do right now, it's the best thing he can come up with. Breaking and entering. I've got plenty of reason to rail at him right now, although no matter how much I want to give him a piece of my mind, unfortunately it's not the time.
No. No, wait. Just get your ass to Isabella's place and hurry.
Okay, yeah, and we told him to go. He pauses for a moment, a second of indecision when he seems to compliment his options.
How urgent is this?
In truth, the question, the hesitation, the indecence in his voice has caught me completely off guard, and understanding dawns on me. His decision to go there isn't one born out of the stupid impulse. He must have found something. However, no matter how urgent it is, he still shouldn't have gone there, alone at that. Despite myself, in the split second of completion, I'll allow it to show a weakness. A simple request brimming with every unease and request causing turmoil within me since last night. It bears a selfish hope that he'll understand, even though the unstable single, that whatever keeping him there will be willing to set it aside for now.
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
Silent fills the other end again, lying in. For a long moment I assume he won't behead it, and I have to drive there myself, just to drag him away from whatever danger he's skirting. Thankfully he agrees.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Relief rushes over me as soon as the call ends. There we go. Normally I don't let myself a moment of response in the time like this. Gotta stay alert. Rebecca's still out there, has yet to return any of my messages, but for the moment I relish in it. This is probably the first time I permitted myself to do so since last night. Even the muscles in my shoulders have been complaining all about the tension I've taken on. It still annoys me that all I can do right now is to grit my teeth and struggle back to Isabella's apartment. Useless. That's what I am in the face of this. A mad dash around Luxbunts and assignment isn't going to help things. It's not like I've simply stumbled across them on the side of the road during a drive. The city's too big of a place for one person to go searching for only two people. I'll be lucky to even get a glimpse of the hell of either of them. One last hopeful glance towards the open skies, I slipped back into Isabella's apartment and closed the door behind me. I might have already grown used to this, but the waiting will always be the hardest part. More so when the people you care about.
You're up early. I thought you left.
Okie dokie. I am going to end the stream here. I hope you have enjoyed. I feel like next stream of the letter will be very interesting because I feel like we'll be all meeting up and actually going to the mansion. I feel like that is when shit will drop. So, I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to like on YouTube if you are watching on YouTube. If you are watching on Twitch, go over and give it a little like on YouTube. It lets me know you haven't been enjoying this stream and the series. And until next time, tomorrow we'll be doing a Minecraft map with some friends. But yes, until tomorrow, I shall see you then. Have a good day, an amazing day, and an amazing night, if anything. Goodbye.